Let's go podcast. A little extra longer. Let's go
I
for
was
the
I was gonna
breaking
say.
news. For the breaking news that HSL has, with Hashem's help, acquired the amazing, amazing night leagues that Ariel Cohen has grown it into, and we look forward to taking it to the next level, starting with the summer. We may or may not get into that, but for now, we are very happy to have Doug Manela and Menachem Dicker on the podcast. You know, the Rise to Fly Black Sox received a lot of flack before the season. And yours truly, Commissioner Avi Edelman, had them at two in the power rankings before the season started. And as my prediction, they came through and they have advanced to the championship where the they'll face the Jules by DK Hungry Hippos. It's gonna be a good matchup, a great matchup. Two gritty teams. We're very excited for it. David, take it away.
All right, before we take it away, Menachem, did the echo issue get worse for you when Avi was talking?
Avi's echo? No, I didn't hear an echo on Avi.
Okay, I think Avi's talking. I was getting the feedback from Manela's thing while Avi was talking, but if you weren't, that's okay. All right, yeah, so take it away. I didn't really know Big Dave Manela and Menachem Big League Dicker before this season. I've played with Rada for 10 years. I'm not such a great player, but what's amazing is he's always bringing down these like super talented players, and we're in the championship like every freaking year. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter what the story is. So, you know, we were in the championship, then our team got a little worse. Then Edelman was on our team way back when it was one tier. Then we're back in the championship. Then Edelman left. We had one off year when Edelman and some of his crew left. We had one off year. Where he's like, okay, we got to retool for next year. And he sends me these texts like, David Manela is in, 6 exclamation points. Menachem Dicker is in, 9 exclamation points. And I knew Manela. I didn't know Dicker. I knew Manela from B League because he was a captain. I was like, okay, great. Sandy Berger is going to be pitching for us. And it's funny, Reid is like, he's a very mellow guy, but when it comes to finding softball players, there's nothing that gives him more excitement. So, you know, I was happy the guys joined. And then I get to the first game, and Menachem Big League Dicker, I call him Big League because he lumbers around first base like he's Pete Alonso or something. You know what I'm talking about, Manela?
100%. Albert Pujols, I would only accept Albert Pujols. I don't do any of these Mets players ever.
And then Manela is also just a phenomenal player, a big guy, but he flies around the outfield like he's half the weight. You know,
That's high praise. That's high praise, David. Thank you. I wish I believed it as much as you did, but thank you.
We call Dave the magic carpet because he just covers so much of the outfield.
He does, right? And you wouldn't expect it. Yeah, you wouldn't expect it.
100%.
Yeah. So anyway, it's really good to have you guys. It's good to have you guys on. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
Middle of a workday, relaxed. I love it. Let's go.
I'm on my lunch break, talk baseball. Why not?
Yeah, I was gonna say, all you guys are squeezing in a podcast. This is part of my daily routine. I'm very. It's another work day for me, you know.
Exactly. Avi's in his home office.
Right.
So how long? So Manela, you're a little older than I don't. You guys seem very close. How long do you guys go? How far do you guys go back? Because Manela, you're also a bit older.
Malcolm, 6 years.
I would say 6-7 seasons. Yeah, 6-7 years on the on the Tigers for sure. Yeah.
Is that where you met on the? Is that where you met on the Tigers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how I originally. I'm trying to think. Dave, how did I become part of the Tigers? I think Yitzchak Weiss might have reached out to me originally, because me and Yitzchak had played together like one season, and then then I met like back then we had a very different team. We had like Yomo Newman. We had what's his name, Solomon. I forgot Cohen's first name. Sweet Cohen. Michal Posey. Right. We had a very different team back then. But we were solid. We weren't like crazy competitive. We weren't like a championship team, but we always like.
We won a championship. We won a championship in year 2.
I wasn't on that team then. I never won a championship. Right. I'm a bad luck charm, right? But so we started playing then, and then our team just kind of changed into like the Yitzchak Weiss kind of thing, and then Sandy joined, and then Chesky Itzkowitz joined. Like whatever, we slowly but surely built up a great team over the years, and this core team has been together probably 4 seasons now, I would say. And
Where are
you
you?
know,
Where are you guys from? Where are you guys from?
I'm originally from Bayswater, and now I live in Rockaway.
Flatbush, North Woodmere.
Flatbush. Oh, so you're both local.
Yeah.
So the common denominator between all of this is Yitzchak Weiss.
I think so. I don't even
Well,
remember.
it's baseball. Baseball is the common denominator. Softball.
And then and then obviously David's a great guy. We became good friends, and you know, he's a good man.
He's a good man. Got it. And Weiss is from where?
Flatbush.
He's from Flatbush.
Still lives there.
Okay, and the Tigers, and it's been called the Tigers the whole time that you guys have been playing together. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
We've always been orange, so yeah.
You've always been orange. You don't read. You're just like
exactly.
Dicker just shows up and looks for the orange jersey.
I'm like, what field am I on? Yeah. I told our sub last week. We had a sub, and I'm like, I don't know what field we're on. Just go to the fields and look for like the most orange jerseys you can find. And he's like, yeah, that's how I found it.
That's funny. By the way, you have any connection with Yeshiva Zichron Aryeh in Bayswater, Menachem?
Yeah. I mean, I know friends who've been there. I grew up there. I know of the yeshiva. I've never been I never davened there.
I was in the yeshiva there for a few years. It's sort of a landing ground for Chavetz Chaim rejects to the story.
You're a Chavetz Chaim guy?
I used to be, way back. Yeah.
I call David off the Derek Chavetz Chaim guy.
Nice.
Well, I mean, it's because you're the most the Derek Chavetz Chaim guy.
You know, David, you want to know what's so funny? My brain when I hear the color orange and the Tigers, I'm thinking that like for the summer season when we're doing jerseys, usually everyone has to fight who doesn't get the orange jerseys. No one wants the orange jerseys. This is great. Now we have a team we can just hand the orange jerseys off.
Love it. Let's go.
You know, I actually think the orange jerseys are pretty sharp. Like last year we had the Crew in the Sunday League, and I don't know who has it this year.
It's never a request. It's always
never
like the last thing to ask have to be stuck with them. So I'm happy.
So something else interesting about the Tigers in particular, before me and Avi are excited about the night league, so we're talking about the Tigers. There are teams. I play a lot on this Sunday. I've played less in the Wednesday night. There are certain types of teams that come and go. There are certain, which is, I would say, maybe half of the teams or more. There are some teams that have like a culture. The Tigers seem to have a culture, which is really nice. There are not a ton of teams like that. The Robins clearly have a culture. The Bombers clearly do. Edelman squad, it's a little tricky because they're still sort of new. They're still sort of new. Yeah, but the Tigers in the night league definitely have a culture. I don't know exactly what that means, but you see the same guys, the same faces, certain mentality.
So I guess I'll speak to that. Basically, we when we ask guys to play, and I'm sure a lot of captains do this. When we ask guys to play, we want guys to commit to playing at least 75-80% of the games. We don't want guys that are just going to be there for 2 games to become playoff eligible and see you in the playoffs. We want guys to compete and guys to have fun, and we want guys that are going to commit to a full season, and that we don't need to be bothered looking for subs, because part of my job before Yitzchak Weiss came aboard, and I hated every second of this, part of it was that I had to get 3 to 4 guys every single week to come fill out a roster, and it was just not the way to do things. And when we recruited new guys, we said, look, you got to show up. And yeah, we have the occasional absences here and there, and one or two a week is normal. We all have lives, obviously, but that's the whole point. We want guys that are going to commit to competing on a weekly basis. That's
it's sort of the opposite of Rada, who built squads completely around playoff eligibility. His squads are built around playoff eligibility.
Yeah. His Sunday morning, Sunday morning, I think we were trying to figure out the championship, right? I'm so confused because I'm like confused what league we're talking about right now, but I'm talking about us, the Black Sox. He was just going through. He's like, okay, because I know that Mo Feldman is not going to be here this week, which is massive, massive hole for us, and we're going to be good though. But he was like trying to figure out, well, I have four players playoff eligible. We're going to put this guy there, but he like really keeps track of it, and it's like it's funny how he centers it around that, but it works. It just works.
It does work. He's in a lot of championships, and he wins a lot of championships, and he loves doing it. He's like a general manager. I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah.
Right. It was a very big. The way that I even got involved in the Black Sox Sunday morning, I've been playing like me and Dave Manela have been playing together now for 5, 6, 7 years, and the Black Sox have always been a team in the Wednesday night league, and I always knew, right? Like you said, Raider just puts together these teams. I never looked at Raiders team as a threat because of the fact that they were always just random guys from random places and picked from random teams. And I'm like, they're not consistent, but at the end of the day, like you said, he puts together great teams. And I didn't really take him seriously till we lost to him in the championship 2 seasons ago, or last year, I think we lost to him. And that's not to say that I don't take Rada seriously. I never took the Black Sox seriously. And then he asked me, and I've always been 5, 6, 7 years I've been playing against them. And for the first time, Rada's like, oh, like, do you want to play Sunday morning? And I'm like, I don't know, because the Black Sox have always been a rival of mine, whatever. And he's like, I got Sendy and Dave Manela. And I'm like, okay, obviously.
I just want to play baseball. I don't care for who. I want to play. I don't care.
I want to play with my team. I want to play with you and Sendy. And I'm like, you know what? Like, because I know that us three play well together. I know that we're all, we're great players. And I was like, you know what? Like, why not? I haven't played in the Sunday morning league yet. I know that Edelman and Gottlieb run a great league, and Rada hooked me, and you know what? I thought we were just going to be a solid team. We would compete a little bit, but we're in the championship because Rada just knows what he's doing.
I was gonna say, if only you knew when you signed up, you'd be sitting on the HSL Let's Go podcast with 4 days before your championship game. It would have been so much easier. Oh
Exactly.
Wow, Dave, we just got a.
What happened?
We just got a message from the legendary Daniel Ash congratulating us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, now it's a lot. Now it's getting a little bit confusing, but I appreciate the congratulations. Okay. Anyways, let's continue here. Let's get into the championship game.
You see how excited Avi got that Daniel Ash texted him? Is that a normal level of excitement?
He then followed up.
That was an 8.
He then followed up by saying, "Please don't take offense, but I don't have your number saved, so I had a hard time finding this chat. But I'll still take this."
Why would you say that? Why would you volunteer that information?
That's how he gets people to get so excited when he texts them. He has a way of, making you feel like you're so lucky to have his number saved. He has a way of. I actually got him to do a podcast. It was really it was our most viewed podcast, by the way.
He claims, and he said it on the podcast, that he was drunk on the plane when David asked him, which is why he said yes. But we'll never really know the real reason.
It's funny. I was also drunk when David asked me, and I said yes.
All right.
Sober idiot that said yes to this?
What's that?
I said I'm the only sober idiot that said yes to this.
Actually, I asked Dicker a few days ago, and I said, "Well, he mentioned your name." He's like, "Why don't you ask him to join?" Also, I said, "If you ask, he'll join," because I could just sense the chemistry between you guys.
I got you involved, Dave. I pulled you in.
He roped you in. So let's talk about the Sunday League. First of all, Menachem, is this your first season in the Sunday League period?
Yes, I might have subbed. I subbed last year 1 or 2 games for Avi, maybe your team. No, not Avi's team. I don't remember. I subbed 1 or 2 games last year. But yeah, this is my first year being part of the HSL Sunday morning.
Okay, and Manela, you played last year for Rada. Was that your first year with Rada?
I wasn't a full-time player last year. He did ask me to sub. I was a sub, but I played most of the games because I'm going to say something. You guys are going to take it the wrong way. When Shmuel asked me to become a full-time member, of this Sunday morning team, I was under the impression that I was playing with that same team from last year with
The Syrian kids.
That's
You
why
love those. You love
I
those kids.
loved those
Yeah,
kids.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
those guys. Loved them to
They
death.
left us. They left us for their league in
I
Brooklyn.
heard. I heard there was drama. I heard there was hawk. I heard, and I'm very happy that with the team that we have right now. Don't get me wrong. But when he asked me, I said, if I didn't, I assumed. You know what happens when you assume. I assumed that it was going to be the same team, and it wasn't. But I'm very, very happy with the team that I'm on right now. I'm very, very lucky man.
Aw, Dave.
Our team this year, though, does not have the vibes that we had with those Syrian kids.
It was crazy last year. It was
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah, we're a much better team.
Love those guys.
I think winning a championship and going to Smash House together will.
I was gonna say, the vibes will be high in Smash House if you guys win the championship. You know.
But we have like a very boring team. I'm not going to start naming names, but like I was thinking about it recently. We have like 6 guys on the team who can go an entire game without saying a word. You know what? I'm actually
100%.
gonna go through it. Ozzy Septimus can go an entire.
He was my number one also. Dave, he was my number one also. Go. Quietest guy on the team.
Mo Feldman can go an entire game without saying a word. Avi Crone or Cone or Crone. He could go a whole game without saying a word. There are more. On the team. It's a very mellow squad, I guess I would say. We need that Syrian energy back. I actually played with those Syrian kids in the fall league last year. Everybody was under the age of 20 except me. Under 21, I think, except me. I'm 38. I was their catcher. It was a trip. I don't know. They all could have been my kids. So you guys are you guys are more or less new to the Sunday league experience.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
there are 2 tiers of play also. There's an A tier, Avi. So the history is that there was 1 tier, and that's how me and Avi met. Rada being Rada, Avi's a great pitcher. Rada being Rada scooped up Avi. He found him. I don't know how the hell he found him. How did Rada find you, Avi?
I don't even remember. I just remember getting text after text or text begging me to join for a summer team once. And I didn't want to, but then me and Mo Fainta agreed to go together for the summer, I think, and then we continued in the spring. I'm pretty sure.
So then when me and Avi took over the league, we broke up the team into the A-League players and the B-League players. So Avi went to the A-League and I stuck with Rada in the B-League. And now we're here with you B-Leaguers. So let's get to that actually. You guys, you're A-League players or B-League players?
Dave, you want to go first?
I am not anywhere close to an A-League player. I firmly believe that. I believe that if I were to go facing Daniel Ash, Steve Pollen, Yossi Kaufman, who I subbed for A-League teams and I played against them, I think in my combined games, the combined, I'd say 10 games I played against these guys, I might have 3 or 4 hits. I'm not that good of a player to play in the A-League consistently. I'm not saying that to be hard on myself. I firmly believe that to be a fact. What? I'm sorry?
Do you think with more reps you'd get better against these pitchers?
Could be.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that I've played with these guys before. Like Avi, we even played in the HSL Fall League this past year, and I think we played against that CBS team that's like a super team, and I think we lost we were on the worst team. We were King Ventures or something. I don't remember. It was me, the Levenger brothers.
You lost 2-1 to them in the last inning. Am I correct?
Yeah. It was a bit of a weird game all around, and nobody was really hitting well. Listen, we went up against them. I was able to hit them, but consistently playing against all these A-Leaguers, again, I don't know. We play against Matt Rosenberg, and now he's on the Robins. We play against him Wednesday Night League. The guy's a phenomenal player. These guys are not they're not unhittable. They're not you can't play with them. It makes the competition a lot more intense for me personally. I love the skill level in the B League. I think that the teams at Yale Mercy, there's 1 or 2 teams, but then the teams that are a little bit more competitive, I think they're fun to play against. I think it ends up being a good, 8-5, 9-5 game. You could almost you can't always guarantee yourself a win. If you have an off game, you could lose to a team like this. And
So
I like the competitiveness.
David, that's my like as everyone knows, I'm a very big advocate of getting guys who I believe have the talent to try to break through today. The one thing and one logic that I can't really argue on is if a guy like just doesn't like the intent. The answer brings an extra level of super intensity. If a guy just doesn't want that super intensity, like who am I to say? I don't care about you. Go play with super intensity. So like that's something that I
Right.
can't really push on anybody. The talent I can push. Like I believe could easily start hitting better pitchers if he has enough reps in the league. I've seen him hit. He hits me very well. Calvin is a very good pitcher. He's not miles above me, and Collins also really good. But if you don't like the vibe of the league, it's too intense, too competitive. You want more, in a sense, chillaxed competition. Who am I to tell you anything?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean it's interesting because I think you guys are really talented players, and I'm also often curious to see how people will do. You know,
And then move on.
yeah, Steve. We're very close with Steve. We have him on the podcast a lot, and he's like, maybe he's too humble, but he said he thinks that for people who have that basic level, it's all about reps. It would be hard for me to think you guys don't have the basic level just simply because you mash in the B. Yeah, Bobby, I think this is a good way to put it. If somebody mashes at the B level, they should be able to work out the kinks at the A level. Does that make sense to you? And I don't mean a
Yeah.
guy. I don't mean a guy who hits. Some of these players they fly out every single time to left field, and once in a while it gets over the left fielder's head.
Yeah.
I don't consider that. I mean, I can't hit it over the left fielder's head, but I wouldn't recommend a guy like that to go to the A League. But somebody who's good at situational hitting, somebody good at different types of pitchers, different types of pitches. I would think. I don't know, Avi. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree with you. A guy like Joe Muscat, right? Muscat's not a flashy hitter. He's not hitting bombs all the time, and he's hopefully recovering well from his ACL, MCL, whatever he has. Guy who knows how to hit it hard. If you hit it hard and down consistently, eventually I don't see a reason why you can't adjust to faster pitching, a little bit more movement. It's not like the pitchers in the B League are complete duds, right? They're not like slowly lobbing it over. They know what they're doing. They're locating the pitch. It's not like they're doing nothing with the pitch, but I don't know. That's my feelings on it.
I'm
It's
just
so funny.
laughing. Sock Feldberg
Felder.
he posted on YouTube. Steve claims he was only on the podcast 4 times total. I think he meant in the last week. Yeah, that's it.
I definitely think that there's if the biggest difference, I wouldn't even say our hitters or fielders. I think the biggest difference of talent in the A League and the B League is pitching. I think that that's for sure the biggest thing. I think that Jesse Kaufman, Steve Pollen, even when Daniel Ash was there, like these guys are phenomenal pitchers. And to me, that's the only. I just think when there is a little bit, more relaxed pitching, when a guy who knows how to put some movement on the ball, but it's not coming in at 40 miles an hour, I think that's when it can kind of level out the playing and the competitiveness kind of stays the same. And then it really relies on your hitters and your fielders. Now, again, not to say that you can't get better at hitting and then join the A League. For sure you can, but I think that's what keeps the B League, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think baseball is unique, or whatever, I keep saying baseball, softball is unique where, for me personally, I'm not going to a batting cage, or I'm not going to get practice reps other than game time. Games are practice for, that's the only time I'm ever touching a bat or a ball or a glove. I'm not really going out on my own and going for private lessons, for swing lessons or whatever. That's just me. I'm not a lifer like some of these A-leaguer guys Archie Eichhorn and whatever, getting their swing coaches in here, it's just not me. So when you say get more reps and stuff like that, it's for me it's pretty hard because game.
When I say reps, I mean going through the dungeons of batting a 200 in an A spring league, and then coming back and batting a 270 and batting a 350. But again, it's not for everybody. Not everybody wants that intensity. When I get very upset is when somebody says, "Oh, these guys are too good for me. I can't compete with them." That's what upsets me. If you don't like the vibes of the league, then okay, I understand. If you don't have the patience for it, then fine. Who am I to tell you have to have the patience for it? You have to have the vibes. But if it's just that you're scared, I'm scared, or probably not going to win a championship. All right, come on. It takes It takes several times to understand with any league, and nothing's guaranteed. But I understand. There's different vibes.
Have you guys ever faced Avi?
Yes.
You think he's
Yeah.
A-League
all
or
the time,
A-League?
all the time.
A-League material or B-League?
A plus league.
Where they face you all the time, Avi?
We played you this season.
Sunday mornings a lot. I faced Menachem a lot on Sunday mornings before the switch.
Wait. What team was Menachem? What team was Menachem on?
Menachem was a lifelong sub Sunday mornings. Don't you sub all the time Sunday mornings?
They subbed a lot more, but Avi, I think we played in like the night leagues, the Wednesday night leagues randomly. Like I don't know what teams you were on.
That had to have been a long time ago, also, because I wasn't allowed to pitch the last 5 years Wednesday nights.
Right. So I know. So I played a lot against you, but you were playing the infield, I think. But
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
I faced you a lot on Sunday mornings, and then I also played you in the what's it called? The OHL
Oh,
tournament
right.
2 years ago.
I forgot about that. Yeah, forgot about that.
There is something very nice because Avi Edelman, as we all know, is a diehard softball player. And when you get up to the plate and Avi Edelman turns around and looks at his team and says, he's got power. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling, you know? Because if you get Avi's respect, it's a good feeling.
Would you say the feeling would compare to the feeling that Avi had when Daniel Ash texted him about 20 minutes ago?
Very similar.
Very
a lot
similar.
A lot of simcha going on.
A lot of simcha. All right, well, we're having too much fun. We have to talk about the matchup Sunday. So we're facing the Hungry Hippos, who you guys probably are not really familiar with the team at all. I don't know. Are you? Yeah.
I know we played them this year. I remember exactly the game on that choppy outfield in Inwood over there.
Yeah.
3 or 4 balls squeaked by them. I had one squeaked by me because it sucks, but it is what it is. It was a good game for us, I think, Devin, no?
Yeah, it was. I don't think they put their best foot forward, and I don't think it's representative of what they'll be bringing on Sunday. They sort of came out of nowhere. Like 3 years ago, they did not play very well, and then 2 years ago, and then last year they almost upset the Robins in the semis. They had a 1-run lead going into the bottom of the ninth, or the top of the ninth, and fluky thing, they ended up losing. And the team they played in the semis just now, the Cobra Rentals team, is that Sandy in the background?
No, it's not Sandy in the background. Somebody else. I'm in my office. I'm literally in the middle of a workday here. Yeah.
The team that they just beat was really the favorite to win the championship this year. They lost to the Robins in the championship. You probably know a lot of the guys on that team. There's a guy on that team, Chaim Zagelbaum.
I don't know who you're talking about. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Next.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. I also know Avi Cavalier's on that team. That team had a very good squad. Sabo's on that team.
Sabo's on that team, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't think it would be a bloodbath. I thought it would be. I thought Cobra Rentals would handle it 9-4, something like that. And they held them off for 14 innings. So I would not mess with the Hungry Hippos. I'm obviously not going to predict them to win. You know, we don't do that. But
yeah, no, I think that they're a good team. They played well. The few flukes that they gave up, like in the outfield and everything, that's really where we got most of our runs. We did hit well that game. They did too. I think that it wasn't, like you just said, it wasn't representative of how they're actually going to play. Also, supposedly they were missing 1 or 2 of their
black
players.
Black players.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that, but okay.
we don't have a wide audience here.
Right. Yeah, so they have a lot of like these.
A large percentage of our audience also is more than likely racist, but that's a separate discussion. Okay,
right.
Yeah, sorry.
They had a lot of their non-Jewish players who didn't show up. But these guys were putting the ball. These guys were hitting well. One guy in left field, one of these non-Jewish guys, super nice guy. I was talking to him after. He had like 3 balls squeak by him, and that really gave us a lot of runs. But they know how to hit. They know They know how to field. They're not a team to really take lightly. Their pitcher I faced a few times. I don't know his name. The older guy,
Craig Stroh. The older guy, Craig Stroh.
Yeah, he's pretty solid. He doesn't have a lot of
He will never walk anybody. He will never ever walk anybody.
He doesn't have a lot of speed on the ball, but he has a few tricks up his sleeve. But he doesn't walk anybody. but they're good. They're good. Remember, they have a good shortstop and third baseman. These guys, I remember that guy at third picked the ball that was, I rocketed at him, and he just picked it and he threw me out. He's very good. Again, I don't know. I don't think I know a single name on that team, but they're definitely they're competitive, and I think it's going to be a good game. And I think that I honestly think that we have an amazing squad, and we're not like one of these teams. By the way, I was like thinking about it yesterday. We're not one of these teams that has like that guy's a threat. That guy's coming up the bat. He's a threat. We don't have one guy. We don't have a Matt Rosenberg or like a Jack Ross that everybody fears. We are like a bunch of just really good players, very solid. Like we don't like starting with Mo Feldman. Mo Feldman is a hit machine. He does not miss. What? Why is Dave shaking his
He's
finger?
not going to be here this week.
I know, but I'm just talking about our team in general.
No,
Like
no.
Mo Feldman. Yeah, Mo Feldman is a hit machine. Shmuel Adelson, who I've been playing against on the Black Sox for years. Shmuel Adelson, he hits the ball harder than anybody I've seen in a while, and he's a great
very nice
fielder.
hitter. He's a very nice hitter. Yeah.
Very nice
I
hitter.
actually saw him
I've
make
been right behind him.
I saw him make a. I didn't get it on video, unfortunately. He made a insane grab and twirl and throw.
Oh my God, that was a nice play. Yeah.
That was,
Even nicer catch at first base, Avi. Even nicer catch at first
I
base.
didn't know he had that in him. That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was really all of us. He threw him out of first. I had to stretch a little bit, and Ellie Dax also ducking. It was like an all-around great team play. Like Shmuel with the pick and throw, Ellie ducked. I like stretched a little bit. It was a beautiful play. It was really, really nice. But then we have
Gorgeous.
we have this guy. We have Avi Kronu also. When he makes contact with the ball, like he also rips it, and he's like a phenomenal hitter. Then I have Dave batting right behind me. Dave's also a base hit machine, even though he won't admit it. And we have a lot of depth.
Dovey Berger hit 2 home runs a couple of weeks ago.
Dovey Berger, he's a great sub for us too. I think he's even playing. He's playing. He's amazing. Sendy also, even though his hamstrings are crap.
So I've been playing with Sendy for a very, very long time. And Sendy Berger, I've always known him as a third baseman, gold glove third baseman, great pitcher. He was never known for his hitting. And all of a sudden this year, he won that axe battle of Yossi Kaufman, and he's a beast.
Sendy is such a pesky hitter. He just pokes the ball, and he just gets on base. I mean, he needs a pinch runner 100% of the time, but he's an amazing hitter. He gets on base almost every single time. And then you have like the guys deep in the lineup, like Ozzie Septimus, who, like we said, is super quiet but an extremely reliable player. Willie Dick has been hitting very, very well. Like we're just all like Rada's like pesky, just also gets on base. Like we really are just all around really good players. None of us are superstars that were, this guy that you need to fear like crazy. We're just all great players, and I think that's the kind of team that Rada puts together. Nobody who's like, he gets up like, oh my God, he's gonna kill the ball. Like there's no way to defend him. We're just good hitters who get on base, and I happen to have been slumping like crazy the last 2 games, which hopefully is not going to happen Sunday. Dave, I got on base like 1 time in 2 games. Okay.
What did your slump look like? What was happening at the plate? Like where'd the balls end up?
I don't know. So we played the Motors team, MS Motors, 2 games in a row, and their pitcher, he's a good pitcher, but and again, not to hate on him, he doesn't put a lot of speed on the ball. He killed me with a changeup this past week, and I just think that I wasn't waiting on the pitches, and I was popping out, grounding out. I wasn't really making good contact, so I was either just chopping the ball to like short or third, and then popping the ball to left field. I don't know. It's something I got to work on, but I think I hit pretty well against this pitcher, Craig, whatever his name is.
Craig Stroh.
And they also have another pitcher. I don't know who he is, but he's also pretty solid.
Who is their backup pitcher?
I remember Craig left in the middle of the game or something.
Right. Ross.
Usher Ross.
Right.
Usher
He's
Ross.
pretty. Yeah, he's very good. Also, he put some speed on the ball, but like I
We
said,
got to
I think
wrap
we're
in a
all
few
around.
minutes. Where the hell is Sendy? We got to wrap in a few minutes.
I'll go get him.
Go get him. What were you going to say? You think we're all around solid?
I think we're all around solid. Listen, we don't have like these amazing hitting games every game, but I think that when every guy in our team gets up to the plate, I'm not sitting there thinking like automatic out, like, oh, this sucks, And just to say before Sendy gets on, so he can't defend himself, I think that Sendy Berger, who I also, like Dave said, I did not know of him as a pitcher. I thought he was our backup pitcher. Sandy Berger right here, Mr. Good Looking right there, is without a doubt, in my opinion, I think he's the best pitcher in the HSLB league, in the Sunday Morning League. No doubt in my
I
mind.
was gonna actually say welcome Sandy to the podcast. I mean, Dub and I actually have spoke about this off air between ourselves a lot. I personally think Sandy is borderlining that line of B League to A League for a
100%.
pitcher, just like Yitzhak Weiss, just like Ariel Cohen. I think Sandy's right there.
Wait, before
in my
Sandy
opinion.
replies, what kind of an office dress code do you guys have over there? What do you
There's no dress code. There is no dress code here whatsoever.
I have a
He's literally going to play tennis in the middle of the day. This guy.
no later. End of the day. I just decided to not change today. I've been listening to the podcast, and all right, a few things. First of all, which should I start? Black Sox or Tigers?
Tigers.
Tigers. Our captain. Most guys, when they go up to the plate, they think they're getting a hit. David Manela goes up to the plate and thinks he's striking out in 3 pitches. David Manela is
He set the bar low.
a
He set the bar very
fantastic
low.
baseball player. David Manela can play in the A-League 100%. He just has zero confidence and doesn't think he can play in the A-League. Our B-League team wants to win just as much as any A-League team. Yitzchak Weiss wants to win more than any A-League guy. And personally, I think our B-League team can compete, and not only compete, can win in the A-League. I pitched in the A-League last year with a mediocre, a weak team, a weak hitting team. Solid, decent fielding, very weak hitting. I don't think I gave up more than, actually one game, Avi Edelman, to you at one bad inning. We had a bunch of errors. We gave up some runs.
But even those games when you had your full team there, I don't think you guys give up more.
When we had our full team, the most runs I gave up were 3 runs. We lost 2-1 to that whatever team. I forgot the name.
CBS, the Alliance.
We lost
The
3-0.
best softball team ever assembled.
But they lost the championships, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
It's like the Patriots. We lost 3-0 to Yossi Kaufman's team.
Yeah.
Whatever. We were personally. I think the pitching. Not to toot my own horn. I think myself, Yitzchak Weiss, can pitch. I don't think anybody's killing us in the A-League personally. I'm not putting anyone down in the A-League, but I don't think anyone's killing it. I mean, again, I did it last year. I don't know. Maybe I'm so bad that they couldn't hit terrible pitching, that thing. But I don't think so for what it's worth.
Dave, Golly, what do we call this energy?
Big Briss energy. Big Briss energy.
Whatever. By the way, there's Big Briss energy. There's Menachem Dick Dicker, and then there's a Dick. You know.
If you know, you know. So let's get the boys' predictions for Sunday. Send
All right, going back to the Black Sox. First year I'm playing. Rada picked me up. I love great team, great guys. Rada is the king.
Well, great guys, Cindy. We have a very quiet squad. We were talking about before. There's a lot of people on the team that will never say a word. You notice that?
Yes, I did.
I thought of a couple more. Ellie Cohen, he came for a few games. He'll never say a word an entire game. Dovey Berger, if you talk to him, he's fun, but he'll also not give too much. We said Ozzy, Mo Feldman, Avi Krohn, just a very quiet group.
Very nice guys.
You have Ellie Dax, who's definitely more talkative, if anything, more of a singing kind of guy. Ellie told me that if we win the championship, he's going to write a very nice, cute, slow song about our season.
Oh. It took me a second.
If the boys on both teams would have behaved and allowed me to do this one day, one field, whole ceremony for the champions with Titan Legacy, we could have had Dax sing the national anthem before we started. But no one wanted to cooperate.
It's true. Yeah, Ellie's great. But Ellie's loud. Ellie's got personality. I think the guys on our team that do talk, do have personality, outweigh the quiet guys. And the quiet guys are good. They come, even if they don't talk much, they're good vibes to have around. Nobody's like bad vibes, and and they play great baseball.
All right, so let's get to some predictions, boys.
Rada's phenomenal at putting together a team. He's also phenomenal at getting backups. I don't know where he pulls these guys from, but he's got
for like Underworld.
His Rolodex.
His
You know, like a very
Rolodex.
classic backup. Do you remember the guy? He came. He was a big burly guy with a red beard. Mutty Shore.
Yeah,
you know.
He was the
Yeah,
catcher.
he caught. Yeah. But it's like that's a very classic Raider backup. Like this guy shows up. He's an awesome catcher, great energy, hits the ball really, really hard, and it's like you've never seen the guy before in your life at any softball field in the Jewish area. Like,
Yeah. I always said that's Raiders. All of his teams in general are random guys that you're like, where did that guy come from? But that guy knows how to hit. But then over the years, I got to know Raiders like players. I'm like, oh, that guy's like a Raider team guy, you know, like, and I even know some of them like personally. But like, I don't even like Max Schlesinger. You know who Max Schlesinger was? Max Schlesinger is a great baseball player, and I just consistently see him on Raiders team, and I'm just like, oh, like these are the kind of guys he puts together. Might not know them, but they're just good, and he puts together great teams.
yeah. All right. So predictions. We got to wrap them, and we have another podcast.
I'm not giving a prediction. I hope we
Are you
win.
pitching this Sunday? By the way, there was a rumor that your wife was angry at you or something.
No, not at all. I'm the only flexible guy on our team. Because we have such nice guys, everybody is afraid of their wives on our team, I think. And it's like, oh, I can only play 9 o'clock, 9:30. I'm down to play whenever. It's
Okay, somebody said after, I guess it was a joke somebody wrote. Avi, were you saying something?
No, I was gonna say when I brought up the idea to Rada at the game about doing this whole event of having the Titan League at 8 o'clock and then the Legacy doubleheader afterwards, or 1-1 Legacy Titan Legacy, or Titan Legacy Titan. Sendy's the one who said, "Yeah, let's do it. Don't worry, just do it. They'll figure it out." I mean, I should have listened, but I got complaints from literally everybody else crying, Father's Day, I have to get home. It's too late.
Well, is it Father's Day?
And
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, speaking of which, Manela, I'm impressed at your ability to play so much softball because it looks like you have 9 children in your WhatsApp profile picture. 4 kids.
Baruch Hashem.
Baruch Hashem.
Okay,
I saw these guys play last week. I didn't play the first game, the regular season game that we played against them. But those guys, they played a crisp game. They made every play and then some. They made some double plays.
Gotta hit. Boys gotta hit.
They knew how to play. They were clearly baseball players who are now playing softball. They knew the game. You can tell from a team in 2 seconds. They make it out. They throw it around properly. Like they know the game. They know how to play. And hopefully we win. I've never faced any of these guys. I have no idea. I'm playing with one of them in the Shul League, so that'll be fun.
Which one's that?
Morty Kirsch.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
he's a wonderful player. He's a wonderful
Which position was he playing? Who is this guy? Which
Usually,
one?
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting. He plays third, but don't they have Sammy Miller at third?
He plays third base.
So where does Sammy play?
Maybe so maybe he plays short. They have a phenomenal infield. Kirsch is a phenomenal player. Absolute stud.
And Sammy Miller is also a vacuum cleaner.
Who's their pitcher?
Yeah, stud. Yeah.
His name is Craig Stroh. Ironically, I actually found them their pitcher. Their pitcher broke his leg or something like a week before the season, and Brian Cohn called me in a panic, and we got Craig Stroh for them.
So I don't know. That guy pitched 15 innings last week. He must be going through it right now. But
No, they had another guy come in. The other guy, Ross, you said.
Oh, Ross subbed in the middle of the game.
Ross,
Yeah, for
when
sure.
I showed up, Ross was pitching.
Yeah, Craig wasn't pitching. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I didn't know who I was watching. I never played these guys, but they looked really good, and hopefully it should be a great game.
Yeah.
Sendy's keeping it cool.
I think we're gonna.
Let's get predictions. So
I expect to win. That's
Menachem.
All right, I'm not gonna get anything.
Yeah,
We're not gonna get anything from these guys. You guys are all playing the game.
No. What's his name? Sendy's very politically correct because I actually said this to somebody the other day. I'm like, yeah, you know Sendy Berger? They're like, yeah, I know Sendy. So Sendy Berger is top 5 nicest people I've ever met in my life. Sendy is a sweetheart. So he's never gonna put anybody down, even if it's a non-Jewish softball team. Sendy's always gonna just say the right thing because he's an Adam Gadol.
I'll tell you this though, don't talk about Chaim Zegelbaum in front of him. That's when he gets very possessive.
And now he's triggered. And
I did nothing wrong. it was meant to be, and it's all good.
Yeah.
We got better. We got better. We got better. We improved.
So is that
Let me just say, while you guys are all on this podcast, yeah, go ahead, Avi.
No, I was gonna say, is anybody here gonna actually give a prediction, or am I the only one who's actually gonna say something?
Go. You go. Let me hear what you say.
Avi, you predict, and then we'll go because we have Brian Cohn in a few minutes.
Ooh.
I think it's a fairly easy prediction. I had it all year. I had the Black Sox at 2, Rides to Fly, and I had the Jules by DK Hungry Hippos at 6 or 7. I would be contradicting myself if I didn't go against my if I went against my predictions. I think the Rides to Fly.
You just cut out, Avi. Avi, you just cut out. We can't hear you.
It was meant to be. He didn't want to put that out into the ether.
Do you hear me now? Do you hear me?
Now.
No?
We hear you.
Now
We
I
hear
hear
you.
Now I hear you.
You hear me? I'm good now?
Yes.
Okay. So I predict that the Rides to Fly Black Sox will ride away from the Jules by DK Hungry Hippos, and I think they'll actually win fairly easily, pulling away Rides to Fly Black Sox 8, Jules by DK Hungry Hippos 3 is my prediction.
From your mouth to God's ears.
All right,
I
fellas.
say that. I
Avi, there's
trust
something wrong with
Reyna.
your microphone.
He builds a winning
Yeah.
team. All right, I trust Reyna. He builds a winning team. Sonny's a phenomenal pitcher, and I've seen the Hippos, Jules by DK, be amazing. I've seen them be terrible, get blown out in games, and I don't trust them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Nobody believes in us. That's the only thing we're thinking throughout the game, boys. That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
I think if we play our regular baseball, if we play, Sendy has some dirty pitches. By the way, I always thank God that I'm on Sendy's team on Wednesday nights and Sunday mornings, because if I ever had to face Sendy, he would make me look silly. Like, I'm like, don't ever want to face Sendy. Sendy's got dirty stuff. We're all going to hit well. I think that our main thing, I'm really not worried about our hitting. Our main thing, and sometimes we've had a few problems with this in the regular season, is if our field is a little choppy, we just have to make easy plays. Any ground ball in the infield should be picked up, played well. Plays in the outfield, hitting the cutoff. Stupid errors like bad baseball IQ moments. That's the only reason. That's what's really hurt us in the season. But I think that if we play our regular baseball and we field well and we lock down, I think that we will, like Avi Edelman said, we will win handsomely.
And we'll win Smash House, baby. Team dinner
Oh, my
together at
God.
Smash House.
Yeah.
Avi, is the
Oh, my
dinner
God.
at Smash House, or we could order it? We could order it out. How does it work?
Whatever you like. No, the dinner is just brought to you by Smash House. They'll send the food to you. You can go to Smash House, whatever you want. They'll provide dinner for the winning team.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for coming on. Looking
Thank
forward
you.
to seeing everybody Sunday.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye. Thank you.